Hey guys, I'm going to be walking you through what a text frame inset is. And before we get too far into this, you may not feel like you have any sort of need for this at the moment. But when I show you how people are using this incorrectly and how you can do it correctly, this will probably change the way you view how you use this feature. Normally when a person is learning InDesign and they want to go through, and let's say they want to create a box that is text that is black, and then let's make the box, I don't know, let's make it some sort of pale blue color, okay? Notice how the text touches the edges. A lot of students will go through and not know this feature, and they will go through and do something foolish like take a box, let's copy this text, and let's get rid of the blue, and let's see, I want the blue to be 0. Actually, I'm sorry, let's go through here and just choose no for the swatches. So we want none. So in order to keep the text from touching the edges, they'll go through and do something like this to where they create a box that is blue, and I'll do this one in green or something like that so you guys can see the difference. And I'll send it to the back. Okay, first of all, any student that notices that this is incorrect, where the text is touching the edge of the box when there's a color or a pattern applied, kudos to you for paying attention and noticing that something doesn't feel quite right. This is, sure, it's a solution, but it is not the correct solution. The best way to do this would be for me to go through and scale this box up to the same size as the other box. And then if I control click and go to text frame options. There we go, sorry. And then after that, this gives me a whole slew of options. We touched on this during the ignore text wrap feature, but we want to go through and let's do some inset spacing. So I want to go through and inset the top, left, right, and bottom. So now the inside of my paragraph, or the inside of my text box, can no longer be typed all the way to the edge. So no matter what color I fill this with, I will always end up with a nice, even frame that runs around the edge. And I have one box, not multiple boxes that are sitting on top of each other, right? So this is a text frame inset, and hopefully you guys will find a good way to use it. I use it a lot whenever I'm doing things like titles on top of a heading or something like that. But this is a cool feature to have, especially if you're trying to make some text look stylized.